I can't hear it. We lost the sound.
You can't hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it now.
This is going to be one of the most important meetings that we're going to have because this is the beginning of us changing us. The ritual of respect should start at home. Rituals are so important that most of us don't even know that when Columbus and his group hit the shores of the Americas, the first thing that he did was a ritual. There is a ritual that we have been following that must be looked at. All of the United States rituals are centered around death. It's centered around a war, and then we celebrate that war. And in almost all those wars, whether they tell you or not, they had something to do with killing off the original people in this continent. I know for a fact that they have us in ceremony with them. Man, everything that you say, everything that you do in this ritual is ceremony. You are giving up your right to have your ceremony on your own land. Did you know that they do a ceremony over their meat before they sell it to you? Every time you walk into an Arabic store, you are walking in ceremony because this government has said to you, we're going to put Arabs in your community. They're here because we shop with them. In the Bible, there's a passage, a written law verse to us. Don't eat with them. Don't sleep with them. Don't sign contracts with them. Don't let them in your gates. Don't fuck them. Don't have children by them. Which one of those do we not do? We think feathers and running around some fire and coming to a powwow is going to make us free. We have got to go to work. Work is coming together as a unit and deciding to do a ritual and making it stick until it's over. A ritual is one of the most important things of our lives because this is the cycle that we are calling on ourselves. And these people have put a cycle out there and said, here, this is your cycle. Let me tell you another cycle you have entered into, the cycle of death. They have made sure that everything we eat comes from an Arab, a Japanese, a Chinese, an Italian, everything we eat. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Here's the first ritual. I'm going to ask everyone here to stop shopping at Arab stores. All their stores. That is the first ritual and the first ceremony we need to do. How difficult is that? And if you don't have a car, start out early and go to the bus. Get a basket. Go somewhere else. Well, we'll be putting our money in somebody else's community, yeah, but it won't be an Arab community. Guess what'll happen if we don't shop there anymore? Anybody know? They'll fall. But once they fall in our community, we can take that part of our community. Anybody getting this besides me? That is the first thing I'm asking you to do. You got a corner store. You must do like that Chinese woman. She inconvenienced herself to go to her own community store. A 7-Eleven right down the street. You can walk there. And it wasn't owned by one of us. It was owned by an Arab. You know what? I ain't going to the Arab store. She went to her own people. Buy something. You know why? Because that dollar turns in her community. No matter where she is, that dollar turns in her community. So if you got a car, pay a little extra gas money. Go to Walmart. Go to a friend and say, let's go shopping together on such and such a day. I am doing a ritual of return, and in this ritual, I am no longer doing ceremony with Arabs. We're going to take our community back. That is the ritual of return. We're going to return to each other. It's going to change your life. It really is going to change your lives. It's not hard. Right. You are going to do what the young lady that comes to my ritual class, what she does. You're going to, with intent, get up every morning and work out your day. But it's going to begin with us making hard decisions. And we have to do it. Write it down and share them with your community about what the ritual of return is. And we're going to share. We're going to say, hey, look, you guys need to come into the ritual of return with us. Don't do it alone. Involve your families, involve your friends, and explain it to them. Because the bigger this grows, the faster we get those Arabs out of our community. It's up to us.
I just can't wait to see what we do and what we create and what things we put out in the future together.
Making this movement a movement. It's got to move, and it's up to us to make it move. So thank you for coming. Share it with your friends. Alito, everyone. Chipisa la chike.
Chipisa la CK.
Okay. We're out. You are seeds. You are on top of this.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the talk show that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so-called African American didn't find his way to America in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the Indigenous One, and you saw it. And it's way past time. And she's going to be here to speak to us this morning, but I want to say this first before I hand over the mic to her. She's talking about Arabs because she's in a particular part of the country. They got different nationalities in different countries spread out all over this country. And guess who supports them? Guess who sends their children to school? Guess who makes sure they live better than you? You do. You do. This is what a sister told me last night. And I was like, we can't be nice no more. This sister told me that these people that sell this hair made $5 billion. For real, cuz? You like that? And you walking around here with an attitude, teaching your kids to have that attitude, which puts them farther behind? Do what you do. Nobody gives a fuck about you no more because you don't give a fuck about us. Deborah, hit them.
Thank you. I'm glad you played that video for me. Let me explain that video. It is an excerpt of our meeting that we had a couple of weeks ago. It is what we are now calling our meeting notes. And so some of our notes will be given in video form, and some of the notes you will be able to go on our website. And I'll show you the link to the website before we go, where you can find these notes. We are asking every Indian we know to turn. It's called the Ritual of Return. We came together and decided we will no longer shop at Arab stores. What does that mean? Not just their liquor stores, but we won't go to their Coney Islands. We will not go to their convenience stores. We will not go to anything that an Arab owns, or if we think an Arab owns it. We decided that we will go to Kmart or one of these large stores to do our shopping. And someone asked, well, isn't that giving your money to someone else? It most certainly is. You know why? Because we don't have anything in our community. We don't own a goddamn thing except an idea, and they take that from us and sell it back to us. We have got to stop this ritual and ceremony of giving ourselves away to every nation that comes into our land. If you listen to that video, even if you haven't been to our meetings, they tell us what to eat, they tell us where to sleep, and they tell us who to fuck. They tell us to get in a melting pot and bring our children in that pot and make them lighter. I'm a sociologist. I have sat with other sociologists who have pushed this melting pot agenda, and they were angry at me when I said to one girl, she said, well, I believe we really should be in this melting pot. And everybody was like, yes, yes, and that way racism will end if we all look alike. And I said, at what day did my grandmother or great-grandmother stand up and say, I can't wait to have a blonde, blue-eyed child? But niggas today can't wait to have that. I also asked her, at what day did your great-grandmother say up, I can't wait to have a child with a fat nose, fat lips, and nappy hair? People want their children to come out looking like them. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. It's cultural. Why is it that we're the only people that can't wait to mix with everybody else? Oops. Look at what happened to Australia, the great whiteout. If you don't get it yet, if you don't get that what we're being is whited out, or as Robert Plecker says, breed it out. If we can't beat them, if we can't fight them and win, we'll love them and win. You fell for the fucking okie doke. But hey, so did I. I'm not innocent. I'm just smarter now. So I'm telling you, you need to be smarter now. You need to tell your children and everybody you know, we're going to end this ritual. We're going to end this ritual of death where we eat what they give us. You know, that in the Bible is called the king's food. You were warned. You were warned about the people who really wrote the script before that enemy took it and gave you bullshit. Where he said, oh, if I call it clean, you can fuck it. If I call it clean, you can eat it. If I call it clean, you can do whatever you want with it. Because after all, I'm your God. But he didn't put you here on this planet. He didn't give you your purpose on this planet. Your purpose has changed on this planet. We are not taking care of your planet anymore. You're dealing with your emotions now. Because you want to be like everybody else. but you're not like everybody else. We can fuck like everybody else. We can talk shit like everybody else. But look around you. Everybody else is feeding you. Everybody else is poisoning you. And Carrie just got through telling me about something on the CDC. Tell him, Carrie.
Oh, I'm going to share it.
Would you share that with them?
Yeah. Because this is what I'm saying. And this is why I say that dumb shit that we be on. I mean, y'all really? And you're dumb because you want to be dumb, because that's your attitude. I can be dumb if I want to, motherfucker. You don't tell me what to do. Are you serious? All this you see right in front of this, you're living history now. Mm-hmm. You're seeing it. It is either going to be, we're going to be fucking wiped off this planet, and they're going to tell the story about us, or you going to stand your ass up and make sure that your progeny have a place to be. And it can't be acting like a dumbass. It can't be always be mad. You better stand up, because listen, the whole world has left their homes to come over here to take your shit.
Yep.
You arguing with each other, you fighting against each other. Okay. Check this shit out. Check this shit out. Check this shit out. Hold on. Let me here we go. Here we go. CDC recommend mothers stop breastfeeding to boost vaccine efficiency. Now, I don't know if this is real or not, because on the internet you can do anything. But I know that some of us who are not so bright, some of us who wear those wigs on our head, this is what you don't understand. All that wearing those baseball caps, all wearing those wigs and stuff is just cutting you off from the energy that you would normally pick up anyway. All them tennis shoes you wear, walking on this concrete, it cuts you off. You're not connected to anything. So when people put stuff like this out, most of us don't read. Most of us can't read. We don't like read. We rather watch TV. We'll just read CDC recommends mother stop breastfeeding. And that's it. CDC recommends mother stop breastfeeding. We'll get, girl, CDC said don't breastfeed your baby no more. And that's how your baby survives. This is how your baby lives. The breast milk from the mother, I mean, what other species on the planet don't you see breastfeeding their children?
That's deep.
This is the respect they have for you. And then they use a little a sister breastfeeding her baby as the image, because they know that all you are into is the image. Mm-hmm. Come on, y'all. So, Deborah, I'm gonna leave that. You mind? I'm gonna leave that up for a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
I totally. I breastfed my children. And I remember my son got into some shit he shouldn't have. I hope he don't watch this. But he came home to me and he said, "Ma, I don't know what to do. The doctors have said A, B, C, blah, blah, blah." And I fixed him one of my concoctions. It was jet black concoctions. And I put him on my floor and I made him drink it for 3 days. And fourth day, he was up and running. And he said, "You know what I realized? You breastfed me." It made a hell of a difference. I don't know what made him think of that, but that's the fucking truth. That colostrum that's the first thing that comes out of a mother's tit. It's the colostrum. That's the first thing a baby should take, because it wards off disease. It wards off viruses. It makes the baby throw off viruses. When I had my daughter, I told them I was breastfeeding her. They came to me and told me that my milk was tainted. Who the fuck's milk is tainted? They also told me this and that about my daughter. You know, I don't know what they did to my daughter, but she came out. When I saw her, she was different than when she was born. They're fucking with you and your children. Stay out of their fucking hospitals if you can. Have your babies at home. If you have to go to a hospital, take your baby, make sure your man is there or somebody is there, that your baby is taken and put on your breast immediately. Because they're out to kill your children. And the ones that they don't kill, they're out to nanotize them. That is what is in that vaccine. That way they can control the way they think. They can control how they live. Do you know, here's the difference between us and that beast. 666 is man. That's why you hear them always talking about man, mankind. Whoa, man. All man. That means Adam gave birth to his wife. When I say birth, I mean that was actually chemically. She was made from his rib, from his chemicals, from his genome, from his genes and his cells. So actually Eve is nothing but a man with an artificial womb.
Can I explain that?
Yes.
So it can be crystal clear.
Okay.
Because I don't get into what other people, not saying that you do, I don't get into what other people say or write. I experience that. I read that. And what it's saying to me is that the Lord God, which is, it's not God, it's a man. Because when you ask what a Lord is, everybody know what a Lord is: warlord, landlord. The Lord God is a man who professes to be God.
And ownership.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So when the Lord God, a man, gets with another, I don't know what Adam was, because see, he was just created. Adam never skinned his knees. Yeah. He never was breastfed. Yeah. He never, nothing that a kid does. He was just a full-grown man and started doing shit.
He was genetically created. And then his wife, Eve, as they call her, came from that genetic genome. So she came from that. She is actually a man with a womb. That is why you find many people who come from Adam are not able to have children. They have to have vitro infertilization, sort of like Michelle Obama. And so in that in vitro fertilization, they get a lot of our cells so that that woman can give birth. It is also known that our womb bearers, when mixed with the opposite race, we also, it's hard for us to carry that child, and we have to have certain artificial things done in order to give birth to that child. A lot of people don't know that. They keep that hidden. So now the CDC wants to recommend to mothers to stop breastfeeding so that that vaccine that will probably change the DNA of your child can take hold. You should be careful. I know that if I was a mother right now, first of all, I'd be fighting saying, no, I'm not taking the vaccine. And we're going to have to come together. That's the whole point of these events that we give, is that we must come together and go to war. We are not going to walk in your stores anymore. You're not going to get our money anymore. You're not going to get our pussy anymore. And these men should stop giving them their fertilizer. They should not stick in their fertilizer in their womb and that man's pussy anymore. Stop. Because it's killing us and giving them life. You are giving your life away. Every time you walk into this store, every time you think, I can fuck who I want, you know what? That's ceremony. The difference between a ritual and ceremony is that one can work not without the other. Do you get it? Every 4th of July is a ritual. Every time you put meat on your barbecue pit, you are in ceremony of that ritual. And if you saw that video where all those Democrats had kneeled down, just like Columbus did, they were solidifying Columbus's ritual. Just like the man who put his knee on that black man's neck, he was solidifying a ritual. And he was specific about how long he held his knee on that neck, saying, I know our rituals are coming to a close. I teach all this in my class. What the beginning of a ritual. I teach about the ceremony of a ritual. I talk about the intent of a ritual. All those things must come to play. Their rituals that Columbus set in play is coming to an end. You have 846? I forgot the number. But we are in our 9th year or our 9,000th year. 0 comes after that. It's almost coming to a close. We have just enough time to walk out of their rituals. If we walk out of their rituals, their whole program will fail. Do you realize that? Their entire program against us will fail. We don't even need bullets. We just need to walk the fuck out. I teach in this class, and this is why I call it I Am Ritual 101, because there's not a ritual on this planet that will work without us. That's why you find a lot of white women going into witchcraft, because they think they have to craft shit. They have to be witches, because you know what? They can't get shit to turn. We do that. We turn this planet. Remember I talked about that, Cirrus? We're not spinning. We're turning. Not spinning. Turning. The entire universe is in a cycle. Let me tell you how important the wombs are. Get 10 women who live separately. Put them in a house, and within 30 days, their menstrual cycle will be on the same day at the same time. Because they're in ritual together, whether they like it or not. Why do you think they keep us at each other's throats? This is why they keep the womb bearers at each other's throats. And this is why I'm trying to hook up with womb bearers who are willing to say, yes, Deborah, let's get together. Because even though I'm 70 years old and I don't have a period, I still have a cycle. Your cycle never ends. And that might be a little bit too much. Oh, we should talk about a period. But let's grow the fuck up now. Come on. Let's just grow the fuck up. We all know that young women have periods. Right? If you don't, you need to go home and talk to your pappy and your mammy. So that's what I'm looking for. Because there's nothing more powerful than the Aboriginal womb. There's no other thing. When you get women in the same space at the same time, think about it. Same space at the same time. This is why they want you muzzled and muzzled and 6 feet away. Her cycle aligns with the other womb bearers that she's connected to. And that's a powerful thing. When you can ask women who control the cycle to stop breastfeeding their children. Are you hearing me? And you fertilizers out there need to get with your womb bearers and start putting them together and talking to them and showing them what's going on. It ain't about your dick no more. Your dick can't save us. You get it? But your fertilizer can. You've got to change your mind. Just as I have to change my mind. That's why I tell people I have to change my mind too. You know, I was fucking everything that moved. I ain't ashamed of it. I have my time. And I look back and I go, what a fucking waste. I could have been doing this all along had I known better. But now the universe has called people like me out to you to tell you You should know better now because there's people out there telling you better. It is time for you to get into your ritual of return. Return to self. Return to cooking at home. Return to going shopping and buying your food. Return to your own woman, your own womb bearer. Return to your man. Return to your children. Come to our meetings. Listen. Learn, and there are people there who know more than I do, and they're speaking. They're speaking out now because they're not afraid of the backlash. It's too late to be afraid of the fucking backlash. The ritual of return means you are creating a cycle where you are no longer going in, but you are now coming out. If you don't shop at their stores anymore, you have just come out of their ritual. If you don't shop at a Chinese store, you come out of your ritual. And yes, I know Kmart. You don't want to go to Kmart. That's still giving your money away. But if you listen to that video when I asked her, what will happen when we come out of their store? She said, they'll fall. And it'll be a bunch of empty buildings that we can take charge of because people will know ain't no sense in us building right there. They ain't gonna shop with us. We got power. We got power. When I said truth to power, I was talking to you. You're the truth and the power. They know who you are. You need to know who you are. Okay, so we Indians. Let's stop running around trying to get a powwow, wear some feathers and tomorrow. Yeah, y'all, hey, y'all, hey, y'all. Start acting like an Indian and knowing this shit don't belong to. I don't want that shit on my fucking land. I'm not shopping with you. Oh, by the way, we're getting t-shirts made. Join us. Come to our meetings. When those t-shirts are made, get you one. Wear it with pride. Get you one or two. Get your children one. There's people are saying, you know what, Deborah? I'm gonna start making a video showing. All right, here's the store I'm not shopping at. Here's the store I am shopping at. I'm at a ritual of return. I'd rather give my money to this not to 7-Eleven. Pardon me. I'd rather give my money to a Walmart before I give it to Mr. Haddad Hakeem or whatever the fuck his name is. I was married to an Arab. I saw what they do. That's why we're not together now. And that Chaldean, if you listen to your Bible and it talks about Chaldeans, they are true to everything that book says. They lie to you. They cheat you. They'll take they cheat children. Come on. My ex-husband bragged about that. You know what we do? Sometimes we're supposed to give them 2 pennies back. We just keep it. What the fuck? Are you telling me that? But it was good. I learned that they take pride in cheating us. Some of them even sell drugs to our children out of their stores. Let's wake up, people. Stop giving our family away. Stop giving our wombs away. Tell your children, no, you can't go there anymore. No, you can't eat that anymore. This will kill you. Do you know if you start telling them, I will never forget when I got rid of Christmas. My children were young when I did the research on Christmas and found out that one of the main, in the North, one of the main things that they did, and this helped start Christmas, is they would hang the head of their enemy on a tree. Guess who their enemy was? Someone Aboriginal. Why would we celebrate that?
I didn't know.
So I went to my kids and I told them, I don't want to celebrate Christmas anymore. Oh, you're talking about a big crowd. I had this house and the Florida room and all that other shit. I'll take this whole room by boxes. I had a huge box with nothing but toys. Everybody came into our house, the kid got a toy. Big old tree, grand piano, blah, blah, blah. I took all that shit down and never put it back up again. And you know, my kids didn't even give a fuck. They didn't. They said, okay. They never asked, can we go and celebrate with anybody else? We just stopped doing it. Your children are waiting on you to stop doing it. And even if he cries and say, "Mommy, but I want to go there," you explain to him. You ain't got to hit him and beat him and treat him like shit. Just say, "Baby, we're not going there anymore. They're out to kill us, and let me explain why. Baby, we can't eat these chips anymore. We can't eat that anymore. Mommy will make you something at home, and let me tell you why." The children will get used to mommy, what comes out of mommy's hand. Let me tell you what that Arab told me. He had a daughter. And she lived with us. And you know what he told me? "I want my daughter to eat what comes out of your hands. I'll eat whatever come out of you." You know, they didn't eat that shit they sell. Are you listening? Because I'm a cook, and I cook from scratch. Think about it. I cook from scratch. I make real cornbread and collard greens, not that jiffy fucking sweet shit corn cake that you learn to love. It's got all kinds of chemicals in it. How dumb can we fucking be? All they got to do is put sugar in it and we go, "Ooh, I love that, you dumbass. Stop it. Just stop." I don't usually talk like that, but I'm on Carrie's show. He got me started.
Jiffy.
But stop being dumb. You know that shit ain't good for you. It's just convenient. It's convenient. Come out of convenience and love your children and love your family and feed them what they deserve. Fuck Arabs. They don't give a fuck about you. And they know who you are. That Arab told me he know who we were. He said, "The reason why they don't want us to marry is because you don't know who you are." Oh, so they do know who we are. Every fucking body knows who we are. And they know that the plan is to kill us off. And we all up in the fucking plan. Stop. Stop being in the fucking plan. Get into the ritual of return. Return to self. Return to your land. Return to your family. Return to your roots. And return to your language. That is something I teach in our ritual class. It is one of the most simplest classes in the world. Let me tell you how hard it was for my class members to get it. It took me 4 weeks to get them to understand. The very first week of class, they just got it. And they said, "Oh shit, that's all it is." I said, "They have made it what is easy for you so fucking hard to understand." Well, when they got it, they were like, "So this is all a ritual is?" Yes. They got us thinking of rituals. You got to burn a fucking candle and you got to do this and you got to do that. No, a ritual is this simple. You walk in, you walk out. You walk in again, you walk out. You walk in, you walk out. You walk in, you walk out. And then you have an intent. And once you're done with that intent, the ritual is over. Their intent is to kill us. When that's done, their ritual is over. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me out there? We can go to all kinds of events. We can do whatever we think we can powwow ourselves to death. And actually, that term was given to us by Jews. You could do any of the shit they told you to do. And guess what? It's not going to save your life. It's not going to save your life. You must save your life. Come to these meetings and learn. Learn how to save your life. And it's not just about me talking. People get to talk at the end of the thing. They get to give ideas. They get to say, "Hey, I want to," because it's all about them. So they get to say, "This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to say." We got flyers for you to put up. We just made them. It's called Ritual of Return. Put it on your Facebook page. Go print some out and give it to your neighbor. Come out of their fucking asses. We are all up in this whore's pussy, and we are sucking her goddamn titties, her tainted milk, and sucking her man's fucking dick. Nothing.
And swallow.
I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't. Okay, too much.
No, you cool. But I said and swallowing.
And swallowing. Yes.
with a smile on the face.
I had a woman told me that, a Negro African-American woman. Believe me, Americans and African-Americans don't think the same. And I was talking about some of this kind of stuff. She got mad at me and she said, your mother should have swallowed you when she had the chance. I couldn't believe someone would say some shit like that. I do now. That was one of ours talking like that. Your mother should have swallowed you when she had the chance. What does that say about her? How much dick was she sucking at the time that she was thinking that? Who was fucking her in the ass like a European woman at the time that she would say some shit like that? That's what we're about, baby. I couldn't even get mad at her. All I could do was say, that is so sad. Your children must really be sad if you haven't swallowed them. I just had to come back with the truth. If they're here and you haven't swallowed them, what a horrible thing to know that they thought that you could just swallow them. You wouldn't even have to go to an abortion clinic. Just swallow them whole and shit them out. Really? Are we thinking about the fucking shit that we do?
Damn.
As womb bearers, we have got to stop. Womb bearers and fertilizers. It's just not me. You fertilizers better get your fucking shit together. Because is it easier for 20 womb bearers to get one man who's got right fertilizer and have children by him? That's the power that we have. And if you guys don't get your shit together, then we're going to have to go out there and find 5 or 10 men who are willing to reproduce. Real Indians, because we're coming into another ritual of return. We're coming into the 5th world, and we better be ready for that. We better be standing on some mountain somewhere waiting for this shit to get over and then begin to procreate with the right man in the right womb. It's not about you and I can have whoever I want. I can fuck Kanye's wife. Well, you know, you can. But why would you want to get a child that's not going to survive this bullshit? And that's honest. I don't make the fucking rules. I would like to sometimes so we could all get through, but I don't. And that's also in the Bible. You know, we were warned that if you fuck them, you're going to have what they call strange children. And it says these children are going to try to do rituals and some of them will be consumed. And some of these strange children are trying to do some of these rituals. And guess what? They're going to be fucking consumed. You can be mad at me if you want to and say, you know, you can't believe everything in the Bible. And you can't. You can't because that enemy got a hold of it. He got a hold of it, but you better learn how to find out what part of it is yours. And I've said this so many times, and I said it in that little video. We are the tree of life. Carrie is way over there in another state, but my root is connected to his. Just like every other tree. A tree, their roots are connected to all the other trees on this planet that's like them. There's another thing. It says, all trees that don't bear fruit will be cut down. You better get your shit together. Because that guy told me, he said, I'm in America and I look at your country and it's barren. That's a barren land. And I said, what do you mean it's a barren land? He said, because you don't bear fruit. And our womb bearers and our people are a very example of this country because we are the country. We are not bearing fruit, people. Maybe that's why we getting fucked or cut down. Wake up. I always come to try to give you the truth. I know you're not going to always like it, but like I said, I don't make the rules. I've been told by the universe to tell you where you are and what you must do. You ain't got to fucking do it. There are those who are going to do it because we too scared to come back here. Let me tell you about that man 661. Did you know eternity is that man 666? Did you know that means, okay, we know what it is. He does not turn like we do. We're 661. If you look it up, you will find that 661 is eternity. And when you add it up, it's 13. Those are our numbers. 12 is theirs. When you fuck 666, God damn it, you out of code. Oh, Deborah, you talk so much shit. Well, we'll see. We all gonna see.
How come somebody like Cat Williams, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle can talk like this, but you can't? Why is that?
I'm finding that people are responding to it because it's that time. You couldn't tell it, but it was 26 people at that meeting. 26 people had come. They registered and came to that meeting. It's growing. Started out with 7, now there's 26. We wanted to get to 5,000 if we possibly can, and then we want to take it to the streets. Because it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to fight back. And sometimes all we got to do is just stop doing it. You fucking a person who came here with disease. Did you know that this virus they're claiming is actually a ritual? Because it happens. For the past 2,000 years, they have been putting out this fucking virus. And it has been going around I think it's every 9 years. I'm going to have to go back and look at my notes. The same fucking virus. They can call it what they want. They literally have the same fucking virus and they called it the Black Plague. It started in Wuhan, China. Well, I don't know if it's Wuhan. Started in China, traveled all around. The fucking Jews died from it. And they tried to stop that. So since they couldn't get the Anglo-Saxon and the Aboriginal people to die from it, you know what they did? They started sealing them up in their homes, claiming that they were the virus carriers. They're doing the same fucking thing here. There's a video that shows Jews were dying so fast from this disease. They were literally in the street on gurneys. They can show you that. They want to tell you you're the fucking virus carrier. So they can mask your ass and give your children the vaccine. What did Biden say? We're going to make masks mandatory. What's the other thing he wants to do? We're going to make sure that every African American get a vaccine to protect them. Protect us from fucking what? And these dumb African Americans, I want to hurry up and get the vaccine. I want to come out of these masks. Bitch, just come out the goddamn mask. I'm sorry, I would say I don't call people bitches, but sometimes my ghetto come out. I apologize.
The people who understand it, they get it.
Yeah.
The people who don't understand shit, later for their ass. Cause come on.
I really do try to control my language. That's why.
No, I mean, I understand that. I get that's cool. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I hear you.
So that's why I'm here today. That's why Carrie let me come on today, because it's time for us to come out of these fucking rituals that kill us, these death rituals. If you haven't noticed all the knee bending that's been going on for the past 10 years, somebody always on fucking bended knee. Even if they say we're fighting for them, they ain't doing nothing but solidifying a ritual to the universe. They want us to kill them. Look at them. They in ceremony with us for their own death. Why are you trying to save them? And the universe is right. Yeah, I see. Because guess what? She does what you want, not what they want. So if we just come out the ritual, she'll be like, oh, okay, well then I'm fighting for their ass. If you just come out, if you Indian just come out, if you just come out, if you just come out. I know that's why I repeat that, because So simple. A caveman can do it, God damn it. Just come the fuck out. Stop shopping with them. Stop fucking them. Stop doing all that. How much pain can you have if you have to go to Walmart and get a bag of chips? How much pain is it if you take your dick out that white woman and say, I'm gonna clean this motherfucker off and start planning to fuck my own womb bearers? How much pain is it if you just come out of that fucking weave because your hair is antenna? Oh, we didn't know that. Your hair is antenna. You receive information with it. So, I guess my time is almost up. I just wanted to get that information out there. I know I can be pretty.
Can you talk about the event? I'm posting the event up now. Can you just say some more about the event or how they can contact you?
You can contact me at 734-743-1708. I will give you the link to where you can join to become a member. Also, we definitely ask for donations. We also have a website where many people are starting to go and donate monthly, even if it's just $5 a month, to help us so that we can work on our law and lands fund. And also, we want to start going to the streets. We want to buy things that I just bought a table. I'm getting ready to buy a mic and a speaker. And we're getting ready to take these flyers out to the street and tell your other warriors who they are. Help us do that. Help us do that. People call me all the time. Well, how do I know I'm an Indian? It's simple. You ain't got to pay $50,000 to get somebody to teach you how to be an Indian. God damn it. Go back and look at your paperwork. Go back and look at your history. Here are the trigger words: Negro, mulatto. I think there's a couple of more. If you got any documentation with that, get it. Write it down. Take that documentation. Take it to the government if you have to. Have it notarized. Keep it in your files. I did that the other day with somebody trying to do some shit to me, and I said, my constitutional rights tell me you don't have the right to take anything from me, not even my fucking temperature, unless I will let you.
And all,
you looking at me like I'm crazy, huh?
Just let them know, you guys can go to African Americans Ain't Africans, and we have a photo, we have images, and you can look through there. And this is another thing that we got to pay attention to. You look like the people from the past. You're the same people. You just not wearing your clothes what you wore back then.
Right.
Now you're wearing the made in China stuff. But you all through there. You go through looking through those pictures. We got about 100,000 pictures. You will find yourself. Let me say this, Deborah, because this is really important.
Okay.
Also remember too. So you've taken those star charts before, where people can the time you were born, where the planets were positioned. One of the things that we got to pay more attention to anything is, where did you come to? You came to Earth. What was going on Earth the day you got here, the time you got here? What were you born by? Was you born by a copper mine? Was you born by a silver mine? Was your grandparents in the coal mines? Those things are important to understanding who you are, because you are a part of a whole. I mean, it's just a little part. You're just like a grain of sand on the beach. What purpose do you serve? You can do those rituals that Deborah talked about, and we do them. Or, start creating your own shit, man.
Yeah.
It's been past this. We still behind trying to catch up.
Mm-hmm. Let me say this, and I tell somebody who told me, she said, I just can't find my ancestors. I said, well, so fuck what? That doesn't stop you from being an Indian. That still doesn't stop you from performing like an Indian. It doesn't stop you. If I hadn't found my ancestors, and I have, that we're from the Naniwaya Mounds, I'm still a fucking Indian. I'm still going to act like one. I'm still coming out of the ritual. Whether you find it or not, whether you can hook up with other Indians or not, whether they like you or not, come out the fucking ritual. Please just come the fuck out. That's you will be, it'll change our lives. It'll change our lives. It'll change our future. Do you get that it will change our future? See, they don't want us to know how fucking easy it is. They technologize every fucking thing. Because they can't do it if they don't. But you can. Because you're in rhythm with this cycle. You're in rhythm with this cycle. Think, people. Think. You're in. How many times you said it? It's like they ain't even in rhythm. No, because it ain't their fucking planet. You're out of code. You're out of rhythm. That's how come they can kill you. Get back into your rhythm. Get back into your code. It's going to take some work, but you got to see that you and your future is worth it. That's what you have to see.
Deborah, I'm posting the link to the event.
Okay.
You give them your information one more time before we get off, so they'll have, definitely have it.
There's a, I did post it there, the Eventbrite link where you can go register. I don't know if you can see it on my side, but the phone.
I posted it up already.
Okay. The phone number is 734.
Hold on. Go slow. Let me get it.
Okay.
734.
734 743 1708.
Okay. I posted the number. Any last words?
I want to tell Leonard, you're absolutely, whoever told you, whatever African told you you're not his brother, he's absolutely right. We don't have the same bloodline. I'm still trying to figure out where those motherfuckers came from. They didn't come from here.
So what do you think about the people who's pushing this Pan-Africanism and all this African stuff on us? I mean, real hard. And when you ask them a question, they do like all of them do. They don't answer the question. They just keep on lying. What do you think specifically about the cats who are pushing this African narrative? Every
African professor who teaches African American history, especially the ones at Wayne State University, they know who we are. They've even said, my grandmother was Indian. I said, well, why the fuck would you be teaching this African American history? Let me tell you why they're not going to put it down. Because you keep giving them money. Why would they stop if you're going to pay them? If you're going to send your ass to an African American history class, you stop going. They don't get paid. It's all about, I keep saying, it's all on us. It's not a joke. It's our decision.
Well, Deborah, thank you for joining us today. I'm sure, and by the comments, I'm sure the people got a kick out of this. They hear you, and they on the way. So thank you very much.
Okay. Chipi Salachi K, Chaholali.
All right, you guys, peace out.